He's trying. He's moving. Look at that. Look. He's awesome. Oh, hi, wild kids. How you doing? Look, I was waiting for you lot to turn up. Hi. About time. But I found something already. Really exciting. Look at this guy. I was just exploring, looking under a couple of the little logs over here where we're starting our walk today, because we're in a new place. And I found this gorgeous millipede. And he keeps spinning around in my hand very, 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 very slowly. And he's protecting himself because he's a little bit worried. You don't have to worry about me, mate. It's Trevor from Wild Kids. You're okay. Now, that certainly isn't my hand. That's him moving around trying to get into a tiny, tiny ball as much as possible. And I found his mate in here as well. So I'm going to just put him very gently in here. And then you might see him open up. Look, and there's another guy here. Look, you see him? Or her? Isn't that great? So today... Hi, back again. So today, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be looking for signs of animals. Remember last week where we made the signs and we went for a walk? How did you get on with that? Did you do that for any friends? You did? Well, that's fantastic. Did they enjoy it? Did you find some interesting stuff? That is amazing. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these guys back actually, because you should. If it's always good to look at the bugs and the animals, and you can like use your magnifier like I've got here and like look at them a little bit in a little bit more detail. But you always put them back. Okay, so let's just put these little guys back here like that. Okay, and we'll see if we can find something else later on. So yeah, so we were looking at signs and we were looking at.
Good morning.
Hey Elle, how are you, Han? Are you... Belle?
Earl.
Earl?
Hi.
Hi, Elle. How are you?
So they're excited for today's walk. We're excited too.
Mate, it's going off the chain today because we are going to be looking. I was just telling everybody, we are going to be looking for signs, because last week we were looking for signs and we saw arrows and pointy things and showing us where to go. Today we're going to actually look for signs in nature. So it might be something about weather. It might be about some of the animals that are living around here. Now, if you click on get your mum and you educators, hi, how you going? What we've done, Rachel has made an amazing sheet. She's done a super amazing job at doing this amazing sheet. And on here are the footprints of some of the animals that you would find when you go for a walk in the Australian bush. And also we've done some sheets for our wild kids in the Northern Hemisphere. So there'll be some animals on there that you could find maybe in Europe and North America as well. And some of those are animals you might find here too that are introduced, like deer and things like that. So you've got fox, because there's fox around here, dogs, people walk the dogs, got possums, echidnas, bush turkeys, maybe snake, ooh, rabbits, cockatoos, people, lots of those, lizards, wallabies and birds. And we've got 2 sheets of those. So click on the link and that's yours free. Okay? So anyway, so just even looking around here.
What's on the second sheet, Trevor?
Oh, do you want to have a look at the second sheet? I'll show you the second sheet if you want to have a look at the second sheet. Oh, forgot about this. I get so excited, don't I? So you know what it's like. Oh, Emmy, by the way, good luck with your speech. I know you're not going to be watching live today, but good luck with your speech. You're going to smash it. Yeah, girl. So, have a look at this. It's the invisible... No, it's not invisible animals. It's footprints in the... No, it's not footprints in the snow. These boxes here are for you to draw the footprints that you find and maybe the animals that you think they might be or what animals they are. So that's just for you as well, to get creative and colour in and see what you can find. Now, whilst we've been waiting here and whilst I've looked down here, I didn't get too excited because I found something you're going to go, ugh, to. Look down here. Signs of animals. Have a look at this. You see it? Not the ants, this. That is a poo, and it's a particular kind of poo. That is a wallaby poo. Now, you can check out what it's been eating as well to see these are the things you sign. Look at all that. So you can see that that's all vegetable matter in there, all grasses and seeds and things like that, because that is what this wallaby has been eating. Isn't that amazing? So these are the signs we're looking for. So signs of droppings, animal droppings, and signs of footprints, maybe like paths going through the woods, because when you're going for a walk, we haven't made these paths going through here. Animals have made these tracks through here in between the big grasses and these razor sedges here and through the trees. All through this big gap here, there are loads of little pathways, and that's all been made by animals. And by the way, I've just seen something else that's pretty awesome. We know there are cicadas here. Because look at this. I've just seen this guy. Look at this. This is awesome. Oh my God, so exciting. Have a look at this guy. So this is the shell of a cicada. Now, cicadas are amazing because they live underground. Under our very feet, there are baby cicadas crawling around aiming for food. And then one very special day, they get a funny feeling in their tummy. And they crawl out from under the ground. They climb up a tree. They break out a special friend. They need to mate. So that is what that shell is. And that's the exoskeleton of a cicada. I'm going to leave it there because that is amazing. That is so cool. Right, who wants to go and look at some more stuff? You want to come and find some stuff? Yeah? Well, come on then. Now make sure I put everything away. I'm going to put my bag away and my special guide, tracker guide, away. Put my observation pot away. Let's go. Now, see where we are today, like I said, is somewhere new. Not too far from where I live, but this is brilliant because the what we've seen here, this track here has been made because of the area here is prone to bushfires or could be really, it could be a real big problem for... Oh, hi Nakia. Hi gang. How you doing, kids? You good? Roseberry massive. Yay! You're going to love this. We're on a really special walk today. Well, this is a fire trail. And this has been made really, really wide. And it's new. This is all new. I haven't been here for a little while, but this is all new. So what they've done, they made a really big path for the big fire trucks and the lorries to come in and out of here. And the best bit about that means that because it was really a bit tricky to walk around here before, now it's really, really nice. You can go push bike ride in, it's super amazing, I love it. And then, so they're doing stuff here, because when it rains, it really rains. So they've done all these little channels here. They're very clever, these engineers, because they make these channels. And that means that the water doesn't get stuck on the path and wash the road away. It washes down in through here and goes out into the bush. And that means that all the animals get a nice little drink from all the puddles and everything like that. Isn't it amazing? And you can see all the beautiful colours in all the stones here as well. All that beautiful Sydney sandstone. It's amazing. So through here, what we've got, well, plant-wise, we've got lots of things going on. We've got this beautiful, look at this Angophora here, blood gum. Now, it's not real blood, but it's sap. And what happens is, every year, look at this, isn't it beautiful colour? Look at that. It's like jewels. Isn't that beautiful? Now, all of this sap comes out of the tree when it's trying to push diseases out. And all this bark is going to shed very, very soon, around the high summer, so around Christmas time. All this bark will start peeling and getting rid of all the nastiness and all the diseases that are on the tree. And all these little red ants here, red-headed ants, they're going around looking for all the sweet sap, because they'll think that's a delicious meal, and they'll take that back to the colony. And then you've got the clever spiders that are living on it, looking for a potential meal as well. So everything's going on. So when you're looking for animals, you don't have to just look for the great big stuff, like drop bears and everything like that. Just stopping and just having a look at that and looking at all the different things that are going on, you can see some really, really cool and interesting stuff. And it makes your walk so much more interesting. It's like walking along, just like, but seeing all these things, I think is brilliant. Now, over here, come and have a look at this. This is cool. We've got a big, big lump. And it's not the workmen doing the, oh look, a butterfly. Or is it a moth? Not really sure. He's skitting along. Isn't he beautiful? Oh. I'm not very good on my butterflies. I wish I knew a bit more about them. But you can tell that's a butterfly. So you see the way it's resting with its wings close together and up in the air? Now that means it's a butterfly, because moths, when they're resting, their wings are flat. So that's one way you can tell the difference between a butterfly and a moth, is the way that they rest their wings. So when they're pointing up like that, it's a butterfly, and when they're lying flat, that's a moth. So, come over here. There's lots to explore. Ooh! Ooh! Now have a look here. Here is an amazing hole. Now, I don't know what's in this hole, but look at this. That's someone's house. Look at that. That is cool. I don't know what it is. It could be spider. It could be snake. It could be mouse. It could be a rat. Who knows? Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's amazing. So we've been very careful, because everything's warming up. We've been quite noisy in a way, so we're not going to see big animals, but we need to be a bit stompy and a bit noisy when we're going off of the path, because there are snakes. And now everything's warming up, we have to be mindful of the snakes, because some of the snakes in Australia don't like being stood on, and they might bite you. So we've got to be a bit mindful of that. So I always walk with my adventure stick, and when I'm walking around, I might give it a bit of a tap and do a bit of a stomping, because snakes don't have ears, do they? So they can't hear me coming, because I'm loud enough as it is. But here, I usually bounce around. So look at this, isn't this amazing? Look at this. This is a house. It is, honestly, it's a house. This is where termites live. And they have built this, and they'll be all inside. And I'm trying to look for signs of different, if there have been any animals on it, because, let's have a look on this side. Now here's sign of animal, but there's no sign of the animal, because it's all been scratched away and dug away. Now, one of my favourite Australian animals is the echidna. And echidnas love to eat termites. And what you might see, oh look, it's a man. See, oh, do you remember last week when we saw one of these and I thought it was an ant, and I thought it was really cool, and I was going to let you know about it? It's not an ant, it's called a mantid. So these guys are predators. They go around looking for eating bugs, and I think they might like termites to eat as well. Isn't that amazing? You can look these up in books. They're really, really cool animals. There's loads of different species of them in Australia.
Is that similar to a praying mantis?
Kind of. Vicious. No messing with them. They like eating other bugs, that's for sure. Okay, now, over here we've got a real smorgasbord. Now, sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place today. It's like, where are you going, Emma? Who's going to see a drop bear? Not going to see any drop bears today. But you can see this, look at this. So, what's happened here? On the floor, you're seeing all this bark. So this is brilliant, because this is like a full shopping mall of food and a smorgasbord. And look at that flying, I don't know what that is. An amazing flying insect. Looks like a big mosquito. Could it be a big mosquito? Who knows? But all the bugs are starting to come out now, because everything's starting to warm up. It's starting to get really, really interesting, and he'll be looking for something to eat. Maybe it's another bug, maybe it's some pollen, maybe it's some nectar, maybe it will just eat some stuff that's on the floor here. So look at this, all this is all the bark. Now, unfortunately, this tree died, and we might know the culprits here. Now, all these little bits of dirt here, look. Now this is old, these are like highways, these are the motorways of termites. So the termites, to protect themselves, because they don't like the heat and they don't like being eaten by other animals. So what they do, they build these tunnels all the way up, and they're going all the way up to the very, very top of the tree. And look, if I just pull a little bit off, if I'm very careful, you can actually see inside it. Look, see? Look at that. Isn't that clever? Now, always be careful when you're looking at things. Sometimes it's best just to look at them. But I know this particular row of termite tunnels isn't being used because they're broken, and that's another sign of there were animals living here, but now they're not. So it's okay to, like, you know, explore it a little bit, maybe pick a couple of bits off, and then you can actually see how the tunnels are made. But if it was really nice and tidy and there weren't any gaps, you would know there were termites still living in it, and we should leave them alone. Now on the floor here, we're looking at different kind of sign. We're trying to find, look here, look. So there's holes here. There'd have been bugs living in here. This could have been someone's house. A very, very nice boudoir, des res. But all these things, see, this is the forest in full action, where you've got the funguses here that are breaking down the wood and making it all soft, and that makes it easy for all the other animals that like eating wood and getting the nutrients out of the wood. They can eat that, and then all the bugs that are actually like eating the animals that like eating the wood, like this little guy here, they will then have a veritable feast. And here's a little slater, look. So just taking your time, being very gentle. We don't have to smash everything around, but very gentle. There's a couple of ants here being very, very busy with their day, and the little slater there. Let me just turn that over. Awesome. And little ants here. So much stuff going on. It's really, really busy. So that's the thing. Sometimes you can walk really quite slowly and take your time, and you get to see lots of really interesting stuff. So this is just one side of the road. I mean, let's go over the other side. Hey. Let's have a look over here, see what we can find over here. Don't know what's over here. I love exploring like this, it's the best. I wish I could stay with you guys all day and show you all day. But I know you've got other stuff to do, and like morning tea and lunch and stuff. Oh, guys, look at this. Oh, I wondered what it was, and it's like, all of a sudden it started moving. Look at that, that's loads of ants. What is on here? Oh, way up, ready? There they go. Look at that, that is a lot of ants. Doing a lot of cool stuff. They look like honey ants with the little golden bits at the back. So you can look those up. So you see that picture there, and it's got like the golden bit at the back? Are they honey ants? You have to let me know. You can always send me a message on the stream. And also send me a message via my email, wildkidsaustralia@gmail.com, and you can show me your pictures of the stuff that you find when you're out and about in the woods where you live, or in the parks where you live. Oh, that's really going on. I don't want to disturb them too much, because ants give me the hibbity-jibbities. They're just a bit purposeful, aren't they? They're all on a mission, trying to find out who has disturbed their nest. Right, come on, Rach. Let's go and find something. Oh, look. More interesting behind you. Here's some more sign. Here is some more sign of animal droppings. Now, I'm not sure. I think this is wallaby droppings too. It looks like wallaby droppings. There's some grass in there and some other bits and pieces. So I would say it's definitely like a herbivore animal. And that means it could be something like a wallaby. It could be an echidna, but probably not, because, yeah, like I say, the grass is in there. So, yeah, wonder what that is. Who knows? But, yeah, this is a sign that there's lots and lots of animals about. So it makes it really, really interesting for us to look at and explore. So all down here, there's lots and lots of logs that we can, like, turn over. Now, say, for example, we look at this one here. Now, it's all rotten and it's all very, very old. So if we gently move that over, look at that fungus. Wow. Now, fungus is all through the forest, and it's like little telephone wires that the trees use as well as the fungus use, because the fungus actually attaches itself to the roots. This is big kid stuff knowledge I'm telling you all about, by the way. Big kid stuff. Even grown-ups don't know about this stuff. But because you're wild kids and because you're clever, I'll tell you about it, because then you get the knowledge. Now, let's have a look down through here. This is super cool. Now, oh, I'm just looking on the floor here. Now, we've had a bit of rain, so it's a really good, when it rains, it's brilliant, because See all these pitter-patter things? Sometimes it's rain, and you can tell it's rain. But sometimes what happens is you can see paw prints and scratch marks and things like that of animals that have been in here. Look, down here, look. You've got different little paw prints here, and they might not show up too well. It's actually easier to see with the naked eye. Now, I don't know what this is. This is interesting. This is a different kind of footprint I haven't really seen. There's looks like there's a claw mark there. So it might be dog, but there's little depressions here from the little pads of the feet. But that could be fox. I think the shape of that, it could be fox. That's interesting. So it's just to see it move down a little bit more. And see, oh look, there's some scratch marks here. See these little scratch marks? So something with claws. So, oh, hang on. Now look here, look. This is cool. Look at this line. That's a line. That's not been made by a twig. That's a line. Look here, look. Whoa, shut the front door, close the windows, guys. Look at this. Now that is a very long line. Now that looks like a tail that's been dragged along. What do you think that could be? Could it be a snake? Or could it be something like a goanna? So what you can do is, if you see that, because goannas obviously, they're a lizard and they've got feet, so you might be able to see little claw marks, or you can as well. Look, there's a little footprint there, maybe. There's a footprint there. They're hard to see on the camera. I'm really sorry, but it's very hard to spot. But that is going all the way down here and tracking all the way down here. So this would have been, I would say this is a goanna, a lace monitor, because that's quite big, and it would have been quite heavy, that tail, for it to track all the way down through here. And that's gone down there, and that would be a lace monitor going and looking around in the trees, looking for food and looking for eggs. And if you look up into the tree, up in the gap of the V of the tree, you might be able to see the two kookaburras, who are very, very busy looking at me, wondering what we're up to. And they'll be being quite mindful of, like, whoa, hey-oh. Let's have a little look down there, see if we can find any more evidence of the... golden-tailed spiny ants. Now that is cool. I'm going to look them up, because I don't know what they are. Thank you for that. That's brilliant, really. Golden-tailed spiny ants. I love that name. Brilliant. Thank you. That's awesome. I love it when we all share the knowledge, because I don't know everything. I know a little bit, but there's so much to know about and so much to learn. And that's what being out in nature makes it so exciting. So look, down here, for example, look, we've got just a fallen tree just for us to look at. So it's quite rotten and things like that, and we can just turn it over and just see if there's anything underneath it. Let's have a look. No evidence there, you see. So sometimes you turn something over and it might be interesting, and sometimes you turn it over and it's not. There's definitely evidence of animal being here, but you can just see all... Oh, hello! Oh, look at this guy. It's like the largest earwig on the planet. I don't like earwigs. Look at this guy. Can you see? Wow! Whoa! That's like the granddaddy of all earwigs. Come on. Look at him. Wow, he's really scared, but don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. You're on... Oh, look at it. See, like defending himself, the way it put its pincers up. That's how they defend themselves. So it's like, oh, I don't want to get pinched by those ones. Let's have a look. I'll try not to. Definitely not going to hurt him. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I don't even know what that is. Giant earwig. Look at that. Wow. And he's very, very busy at trying to get away and protect himself. So obviously he's a lot more scared of us than we are of him. And that's something we've got to remember. That's always something we've got to remember. Now we're going to put our log back where it was, because we don't want to disturb everybody. Oh, that was really cool. I don't even know what that one was. Someone's been having some big breakfast though. So down through here on this path, we've got all these little ridges here. This basically makes sure all the water goes down through here, like I said before. And we've got these beautiful ferns. We've got the broom here. That white flower because it's spring. We've still got flowering. We've got marsh heather, got the Banksias to look at. Oh, it's so beautiful. So down here we've got these a lot of big mature trees, and all the birds are loving that because some of these trees are so old that they would have holes in them for nesting. So like cockatoos and other kind of like tree dwelling, because not all birds make nests on branches. Some of the bigger birds like a nice hole to protect themselves in. Now, I've just got to show you something up here that I saw earlier. It's a bit this one, but have a look. Because sometimes we find animals, and this is why we've got to be careful, because we know there are predators in the woods. And here's some evidence over here, look. Unfortunately, this is the carcass of a bird. See, look, all the feathers here? Now, it looks to me, because of the feathers like that, I think it might be a chicken. So somebody's might have lost this, because there are houses. I'm right on the edge of the bush, so it's like, you know, there's houses. So let's try and turn it over and see if there's any evidence of like a head. We'll see what it looks like. No, I can't see a head. But what you can see are maggots. So animals, so brilliant mums. It's like, I know it's disgusting, but the flies that have laid these maggots, or the bugs that have laid these maggots, are really good mums because they've given them, their babies, a really good food source, so they can actually be big and strong. And this is all part of nature. I know it's a bit but it's all part of nature. This is what life's all about. So some animals eat meat, some animals eat plants, and that's basically what happens. And then when they've had their food, the bigger animals, then the small bugs take over and they break everything down and everything goes back into the soil, and then the nutrients from all the stuff that's washed into the soil goes to the plants, and then the plants grow into all these beautiful trees. So it's all part of nature. It's all part of the life cycle that we're all talking about all the time. Now here, even though it's been a bit wet, it's very, very compact, so I don't think we're going to see too many tracks along here, maybe tractor tracks. But you can also see the evidence of like our impact, humans' impact here, because a lot of these bushes here, they're not native. So here you've got the snake root, for example. That's a beautiful plant. It's glorious in the summer in your garden, but the seeds escape, and then the seeds come into places like this where we don't clean it up too well. And you end up with all these like invaded species, but you know the plants adapt, the animals adapt to it, and then you know, so you've got privet here as well, which like is definitely not native. But then over here you see some other interesting things. So you've got signs of new baby trees growing down here. Look, all these baby trees, and then look at these seeds. Look at these guys. These amazing, look at that. How does a tree know that when it has a seed like this and you put grows a little blade like that, when you drop it, it falls like a helicopter and lands a little bit further away from the tree using the wind? And that's actually part of my next lesson plan, is all about the wind. So all you educators who are interested in getting my lesson plans, my online lesson plans, we're talking about the uses of wind and how plants use wind and how we use wind. And then even down here, you see these plants here, these are a nightmare. I'm going to talk about these and the way seeds are distributed in another one of my lesson plans. But I'll show you those because those are really sticky and they stick on everything. But I'll show you those another time. Oh, I don't know what bird's that? There's so many birds here. Might be a bellbird. Maybe a bellbird. And then look at these seeds here. Wow, isn't they beautiful? Let's see if I can just get a little bit down. Oh, look at that. So all these little flowers, these are all tiny little flowers, and you've got the brand new leaves coming out, and it's very, very soft, and some of these things are just so beautiful to touch. Look at those, isn't that cool? I'm going to have to look up what tree that is, because I don't even know what tree that is. Isn't that amazing? I love it. Time? What do you mean it's time? Really? Oh, guys, we've got to go. It's time for me to finish. And there's so many more things I want you to see. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do a quick short, because there might be some other tracks that we're going to go and see later on as well. So anyway, don't forget to click into your own. You can download your very own animal track sheets, and then you can get out into the woods yourself and actually have an explore, and even just finding out about what animal tracks look like, because they're all different. And if you've got a dog or a rabbit, look at his paws. See what they look like. I'm not suggesting paint them and splodge them about, by the way. Don't do that. That's not a good idea. So anyway, I've got to go. So until next time, look after yourselves, look after everybody, respect the nans, and take care. And I'll see you really, really soon. Take care, everybody. Bye. Bye.